How do you get signed out of Memphis?
So I'm in Arlington, Texas with Pantera.
Right.
I don't know what year this is. I don't know, 86 or something. And I leave the band. Pantera had built up a big following through Texas and Oklahoma, and we had put out 3 vinyl records and cassettes, and we were doing it. And so when I got out of Pantera, I started getting contacted by every band around wanting to know if I wanted to come sing for them. And so when I left Pantera, I mean, honestly, my idea was to put a band together, and the first person I thought of was Kenley Wolf. So he and Chris had put together a 3-piece band in Dallas with a guitar player named Jimmy Rusadoff. And I can't remember, I think Jimmy called me. Jimmy knew them from Memphis, so they're all living in Dallas. And they called me and said, would you want to come over and jam, check it out? And so I said, yeah, because I had been trying to figure out how to get a phone number for Kenley Wolf, and here I get a call from his band. So I go over there, and honestly, my whole thought process was, I'm going to go over and steal this bass player. And the 3 of them had been friends forever. And the clincher was, they played some Cheap Trick song. I think it was California Man. Like, Cheap Trick's my favorite band. They don't know that. And it was so fun, and it was so kick-ass. And they say, hey, we have a gig this weekend in Memphis. Do you want to go? And I thought, well, I don't have nothing else to do. Yeah, let's go. So I jump in the Cadillac with these guys, and we go to Memphis. And they took me around, and we played 2 nights, and we went on Beale Street and drinking and having fun. And by the end of the second night, man, I just decided this is it. So I went from, instead of stealing the bass player, all of a sudden I had a band. And so really, it just kind of happened. And then for the next year or so, we would drive back every month, maybe twice a month, and go back and play in Memphis because this bar, Stage Stop, she took care of us, and those 3 boys were from Memphis, and we would drive back and play shows. And we're playing shows in Dallas too, but really Memphis. And then we worked, and then I took a semester off, went to England, did a semester of school for college, came back, had a bunch of songs I wrote, got back together with Lord Tracy, and within about 6 months, we're doing it, and we're playing the bar in Memphis, and there was an A&R guy for Chrysalis named Paul Burton, and he was in town to go see some artist in Memphis. This is the story I heard anyway. And apparently the artist gets sick and can't do the show. So he says, well, I'm here. I might as well go out and see somebody. So he says, to the taxi guy, take me to see some band. So just by pure luck, he walks into our bar. And 15 minutes later, we're talking to him, and then everything just starts moving. Because this was 1988, I believe. As soon as one label got interested, they were all interested. So he takes a chance on us. I think the next weekend, the president, the vice president, and Chrysalis were there to see us, and then there's Atlantic, and then there's MCA, and there's all these labels coming to see us, whether we're in Dallas or Memphis, and it just picks up speed so fast. So it took forever, and then it went super fast. So that's, taking advantage of the opportunity when it presented itself is how we got our record deal.
But then in the end, you signed with an offshoot of MCA, right?
Yeah, we looked at all the labels. We didn't have a manager either.
Uh-huh.
We were just flying the seat of our pants. And we thought, so MCA was starting up a subsidiary, and we were going to be the first American rock band that they were going to sign. And we just thought, man, we liked the vice president too, a Memphis guy, Bill Bennett. And we loved him. And so we thought, well, man, let's sign with these guys. We'll be one of 6. They can't afford to let us fail. They're going to put everything behind us. So we sign with them. We do our record. We have no manager because it was crazy. And just before our record's about to come out, MCA changes. They absorb Uni into MCA, and now we're one of 600, and no one at the label knows who we are. In hindsight, we didn't have a manager. We didn't get our manager till after we had a record deal, and we had no A&R person. And they basically, in hindsight, you know, you shouldn't have let us make all these decisions. There should have been people, you know, who had a freaking clue what they were doing.
Right.
You know, with a little bit of input. We had a ball, and we spent a lot of money. No regrets on that part.
Sure.
We went out to L.A. for a couple months and, you know, broke stuff and trashed things and spent every night at the Rainbow and shot a couple of MTV videos. And, you know, we got to go out and tour 3 months with Ace Frehley, and it was just a ball. It was just a blast. But then it, you know, then it was over quick, you know. We had 2 songs that they were playing on MTV back, you know, when it was a big deal. I remember getting played on Friday night instead of, you know, Saturday night at 3 in the morning.
This excerpt was taken from the Full and Bloom podcast at fullandbloom.com.
So